Hey guys, Zane from the Infinite Jukebox here with another quick album review, and today I wanted to talk about the new Yes record, Mirror to the Sky. Look, there is no denying that Yes were absolute legends in their prime. I mean, records like Close to the Edge, Fragile, even Relayer managed to define what is considered the golden era of progressive rock, and generally inspired several generations of prog fans and musicians to follow. So, needless to say, and perhaps to the surprise of absolutely no one, I am a fan of Yes, believe it or not. It may be hard to really comprehend this, but I do in fact like Yes. And really, it is a shame, as they've always been a fairly unique band in the context of prog history. Yes even managed to enter the 1980s with a higher sense of respect and self integrity than most of their classic prog peers with the album 90125, a genuinely pretty good prog goes pop record that I do recommend. Fair to Midland. I'm not going to say it's the best album ever made, but generally speaking, they were nowhere nearly as bad as, say, Emerson, Lake and Palmer during this time period. Now, what has been genuinely disappointing is that more and more as time goes on, Yes continue to fall into line with the great to god-awful trajectories of bands like Jethro Tull and Pink Floyd, rather than the great to still great trajectories of other prog bands like King Crimson and Hawkwind. In fact, Yes have arguably become more of a shell of them former selves more than any other classic prog band of the 1970s, and albums like Mirror to the Sky are a testament to that, a very, very depressing testament. The simplest negative quality that still immediately stands out upon listening to Mirror to the Sky or any Yes album that's come out after 2001 is that it sounds like a Yes tribute band that also happens to be made up of the members of Yes, or, well, at this point, some random guys, and also a couple members of Yes. Records like this genuinely feel like less passionately performed, worse produced, and generally more boring re recordings and renditions of classic Yes songs, except they aren't classic Yes songs because they're just new compositions that happen to be dreadfully uninteresting, also under the Yes name. Not even Steve Howe's guitar work, still sounding as sharp as ever, shockingly, can save this album from just sounding like a local Yes covers band doing their semi-best, I suppose, to recreate the excellent prog soundscapes that Yes became known for, thanks to some of their better works. The incredibly bland album that it is, continuing to run for well over an hour, with a super bloated tracklist and runtime, just does not lend the band any credit in any way, and I think that should go without saying. Yes genuinely do have the ability to at least make decent music in the 21st century. In fact, they've actually put out some decent albums over the course of the past 20-ish years, with albums like 2001's Magnification being pretty decent. I'm not going to say that it's among their best works or anything like that, but for people who are immediately willing to dismiss anything that Yes or any given prog band from the 70s does in the 21st century, it's an example of an album that can at least partially prove them wrong. And while I can appreciate the fact that Mirror to the Sky is ultimately a fantastic tribute to the late great drummer Alan White, it's just not a good album. As it stands, Mirror to the Sky sounds like an incredibly uninterested recreation of classic Yes songs that simply don't exist, as they are new compositions and songs by definition, performed by a bunch of musicians that manage to maintain compositional integrity, but are completely devoid of passion in every sense of the phrase. I'm going to give this record 2 stars out of 5. And with that being said, that's the end of this quick album review. I've been Zane from the Infinite Jukebox. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.